Hey everybody, welcome back. What are we doing today? So I'm waiting for some parts for the Ferrari car, and it turns out I need more information and some different parts for Racer Benz. So I'm back on the LS car here for this afternoon, and we're sitting inside the driver's door. And what are we doing here? Well, this is the aluminum trim panel, sill guard, I don't know, that lives right here in these cars. And I was thinking about putting them in, and then I thought, well, wait a second. One of the things I've never liked was this button. And it's missing right now. I took it out because I was playing around with some other stuff. But I don't know. I think this breaks things up a little too much, and I wanted to try something different. So I need a way to unlatch this. The good news is, if I open it back up, this is the part that comes with the, when you put a 911 reflector across here, you have to eliminate the trunk button. And this is the solenoid mount that they use. And there's an electronic solenoid. There's a button inside the car. And when you hit it, it triggers pulls this down and opens the latch. And so what I thought was, well, wouldn't it be cool if I had a cable and could open it with a cable? And I was going to do something quick and dirty and put a hidden pull down in here so you could reach another bumper. And I thought, I started down that path. As I was rummaging through the parts stash, I found this. And this is the Ferrari 360, obviously, based on that graphic. It's the Ferrari 360 hood latch. And I thought, I got to be able to incorporate that somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to embed that. I'm going to try and embed that right there in the sill plate. And the way it's going to work is like this. I want to sink this thing down into this panel and have this cover it, but this is going to also need to sit down inside the panel. So I need to figure out where I want to put it. And I did some measuring and determined that this is where I want this to be, approximately here. The super cool thing is I'll remove this graphic, and I think I'll have somebody design me up a silhouette of a 914 with the trunk opened like it does on my car, and have that graphic there, just because that would be super cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is, I don't know if you can see, but I've measured and I've simply marked out the area where the base of this thing will slip through. All right, so the marks got marked, and a couple holes, and to connect the dots, and a little careful filing. And now I have a sill plate with a hole in it. How cool is that? Look at that. And again, I can't put it in the car because I obviously haven't got the clearance yet, but you get the idea. Well, you've heard the saying, measure twice and cut once.
Yes.
That's my wife agreeing that I should measure twice and cut once. Well, I measured a bunch of times, but what I didn't account for was, geometry. I should have paid attention in geometry class. The car is flat right here, the outer rocker cover. And when you put a latch in at an angle, guess what? Where I wanted it nicely centered in here, as soon as I started drilling the hole, it ran into the inner rocker. Or actually, this is the outer rocker, but go with me on this. It ran into this part of the chassis, and as soon as, of course I drilled this one first. As soon as I drilled that, I went, oh man, that's not gonna work. This is easy enough to weld up, so that's what I'll do. But anyway, so I did a little precise calculating and realized that this had to sit way outboard. So it now sits way outboard. And I moved it back because you can see there's a rib here. Well, there's a rib right here too. And believe it or not, of course, you can see the angle of this thing. When this latch opens, it pulls this lever down, and you can even see I had to clearance that lever edge just a teeny bit to get it to work. But with this now sitting in here, this now clears, has full travel. So unfortunately, I sacrificed the other sill plate. I did that first. So this time, I first cut the hole, used the same little Sharpie marks as my index positions. And let me just hold this here, and you'll see what happens is once this is all put in place, that bad boy lines right up, and that is going to be my secure, because when the door closes, it covers it, my secure latch release for my deck lid. And as I mentioned, I'm going to lose the Ferrari graphic and put a little custom 914 graphic on there of my car and the way its reverse hood hinge works. But there we go, and I love it. I think it's my favorite part of the whole car right now. Of course, every new thing I do is my favorite thing for a little bit. Anyway, I'm really happy with how that turned out. And now I just got to, oh, the nice thing about this too is, you might be thinking, well, how are you going to get that to stay in there? The beauty part of that is, if you can see where that little fastener goes, all I'll have to do is bend up a little tab, pre-bolt it to this thing, you know, fit it, and just tack it right onto the chassis here, maybe bring it out to the edge of this sill plate and tack it here, and I'll just have a little permanent bracket there that will have a fastener welded to it, and I will be good to go. All right, just a quick demo of the latch in action. It's not all the way done, but it's done enough to work. So, trunk is closed and locked. It's latched. So now the super cool dealio. Open the door, and there it is, embedded in the sill. Now again, it's not all the way down, but it works. Pop the latch, and the trunk, she is open. How cool is that? Elements. But anyway, there you go. In-door sill, secure deck lid latch release. Ferrari meets 914 yet again on the LS car. Hope you enjoyed that. Just a quick one today, and we'll see y'all next time at the Red Barn. Take care, everybody.